Have you ever felt like there is a greater power behind everything that happens in this universe? Now, different philosophies, different religions call this power God. But what exactly is this? And how can we harness this to live our ideal life? I've spent years studying both the modern manifestation teachings and the ancient wisdom of Vedanta. And in this video, I will reveal a simple yet mind-bending principle which can transform our life at a very deep level. And I call this the God power. And basically, to understand this, we will be looking at two distinct teachings. Number one, we will be looking at the reality transurfing model, which is a profound exploration of reality and how we can create our own reality by a Russian physicist named Vadim Zeland. And then we will be looking at the principles and the teachings of the ancient Bhagavad Gita. And through this exploration, we will understand how we can make use of the power of God to live our ideal life and to create ideal outcomes in our life. The Advaita channel is about consciousness and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various other ancient teachings from India to understand the nature of reality and to consciously create our lives. When I first discovered the teachings of the reality transurfing model, and when I came across the concept of outer intention or outer power, it changed my perspective on reality forever. And you will soon understand this profound concept. Now, in the reality transurfing model, there is a concept called outer intention. This is the power through which the universe operates, and this is beyond the personal will. Basically, the author distinguishes between inner intention and outer intention. While inner intention relies on personal effort and willpower, outer intention taps into the greater universal force that can create different things effortlessly. And to activate our outer intention, one must achieve a state of unity between heart and mind, releasing attachment to outcomes while maintaining a clear vision of the desired goal. This allows for the universe to make use of its power in our favor and create what we wish for. And outer intention is the concentration of attention on how the goal is realized of its own accord. Now, if you're listening to this for the first time, this might be a little tricky to understand. But basically, this is what outer intention is, or this is what God power is. This is the power through which the universe operates. This is the power through which the universe itself creates different things. So, this is the God power. Now, what the author here speaks about is that we can make use of this power by surrendering the attachments of our goals to that power while keeping our attention on the goal. Now, this might sound like a radical concept and a new concept, but the ancient teachings of India talked about this for ages. If we study the ancient Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, the power of surrender is mentioned in many places. That is what we will look at next. In this part, we will understand the God power through the ancient teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Now, let's start with why this is important. First of all, most of us operate from the level of the ego and the body-mind complex. And we use our personal willpower. And in the reality transurfing model, this personal willpower is called as inner intention. All of us have different goals in life. Whether we are professionals, entrepreneurs, seekers, we all have our personal goals to achieve health, wealth, abundance, inner peace, etc. But most of us, and in fact almost all of us, make use of our personal willpower, which is limited, to achieve our goals. When we make use of the limited power, what can happen to us is also limited. So, manifesting our goals will take time, and for some people, depending on their efforts and their intention, it may even never come about in their life. But there is a way to make use of the God power. There is a way in which we can take the help of that God itself to create our ideal life and to manifest our intentions. That is what we will look at now. Now, this is one of the most famous verses in Bhagavad Gita. That is, Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturpur mate sangotva karmani. Here, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna that you have rights to efforts alone, not to the outcomes of your action. So detach from the outcomes of your action and also stay away from inaction. This is a strange teaching. And when I heard this many, many years ago, when my mother told me about this didn't make any sense to me. How can I let go of my attachments to the outcomes of my action and still work, in a committed way towards my goal? Why will I work hard and why will I stay committed if I do not have any expectation or if I do not have any attachment to the outcomes? This is what I didn't understand. But Bhagavad Gita is a very deep teaching and it is multi-dimensional. Based on our level, we will understand something from it. And when I came to the teachings of reality transurfing, the concept of outer intention deeply resonated with me. And I understood what Sri Krishna was trying to say. Krishna is not asking us to give up everything. He is simply asking us to let go of the outcomes of our action and surrender our personal will so that we can access the God's will, the God power, the infinite force through which the best outcomes for our life can naturally manifest. Now, first of all, as per Advaita Vedanta, we understand that the external reality is Maya, it's an appearance, and true fulfillment and joy is actually within us. So, we need to tap into that source in order to live a fulfilled life. But even then, even with this understanding, if we want to create something in this world, then it is very important for us to make use of this God power, because this is infinitely more powerful than our thoughts, emotions, etc. Now, let's say you are a professional and you're looking for a promotion at your job. This is your goal. Now, let's understand how the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Karma Yoga is the highest perspective on this compared to all other teachings and even reality transurfing. Now, as per Karma Yoga, your job is to work diligently, do whatever it takes while being detached from the outcomes of your action. So you will go to work every day, you will do your job happily because you're not attached, to the outcomes of your action. And since you have surrendered your attachment to the outcomes, you have surrendered your personal will. And since your personal will or ego is surrendered, then the divine force, the God power can take effect and it can guide you with different insights, different intuitions to get the job done and to get you promoted. And let's say by chance you didn't get the promotion. Even then, you are not unhappy because you were never attached to the outcomes. You will simply understand that God power, that infinite force has a higher perspective on reality and maybe something even better is waiting for you. Maybe a better job at a better company or maybe your own business. Something better is waiting for you and that is why you didn't get this promotion. So like this, when we begin to practice Karma Yoga, first of all, the best outcomes for our life will naturally manifest. And even if that doesn't happen, we are not bothered because we understand this reality for what it is and we are already happy within ourselves. Now it's like trying to lift a heavy object. You can struggle with all your might using your personal power, or you can understand the principles of leverage and let physics do the work. The same is with personal will and God power. Now, here is why the teachings of Karma Yoga is fascinating. By surrendering our personal will and by surrendering the attachment to our actions, we are actually not giving up our ability or power to create, but instead we are expanding it infinitely. We are becoming one with that infinite power, and we are making use of that power to create the best outcomes for our life. And this teaching on Karma Yoga has changed my worldview and has helped me very much in my life, because I was struggling to work hard. I was always stressful. Now, I'm not saying that I have completely let go now, but slowly I'm beginning to understand what this is and how we can approach this. And a little by little, as I'm becoming detached from the outcomes of my action, I can literally see and feel how my life is being transformed. So, make use of this power. This is the infinite potential of God, which is your own self, which is your own essence. And with this, living your ideal life is very easy and effortless. So, how can you begin using these principles and using the God power in your life? Number one, surrender your attachment to the outcomes of your action. Every day when you wake up, make use of this simple affirmation: I surrender all my actions to the divine. And throughout the day, maintain non attachment to the outcomes, but maintain your focus on the intention itself. And number three, focus on service and impact more than personal selfish gains. And number four, trust in the perfect timing of the universe and believe within yourself that everything will happen for you at the right time.